Imagine standing on Earth, completely frozen over, mouth-thick sheets of ice stretching as far as the eye can see, swallowing continents, reshaping the planet. What if I told you that the very process that caused the Ice Age also holds the secret to transforming your wealth into something unstoppable? Today, I'm going to reveal to you how a seemingly unnoticeable natural phenomenon led to the Ice Age and why understanding it could be the key to unlocking life-changing wealth. And to prove it, we are diving into Warren Buffett's fortune, exploring with my Arigato Financial Freedom Calculator, and uncovering why this strategy I call S.U.A.W might be the most powerful investment strategy you will ever hear. Buckle up, because this is about to change the way you think about money forever. In the early 19,000s, a Serbian scientist named Milutin Milankovic made a mind-blowing discovery. He figured out that the Earth's ice age weren't caused by some dramatic events like what we see in the movies. It all began with something deceptively small: a single cool summer. When one summer wasn't warm enough to melt the snow from the previous winter, the leftover snow reflected more sunlight, cooling the earth just a tiny bit further. This made it easier for even more snow to accumulate the following winter. That snow stuck around through the next summer, reflecting even more sunlight, cooling things further, and bringing more snow. And this process repeated summer after summer, year after year, until in what it feels like a geological blink of an eye, the earth was covered in mouse-thick ice. And here is the mind-blowing takeaway. You don't need a tremendous force to create something that's life-changing. When small changes compound over time, they can lead to results so extraordinary that defy logic. And let that sink in, because the same thing happens with your money. Let's take a look at money. Say you start with $10,000 and invest $500 every month into the broad index S&P 500, which has historically generated a return for investor at about 10% per year for the past 50 years. Sounds pretty decent, right? But here's where most people give up. In the first few years, your investment looks slow. It seems like your hard-earned money is going nowhere. But let's fast forward to 10 years later. Now you are starting to see a curve, just a slight one. Now fast forward another 10 years. That curve, it's no longer just growing, it's compounding. By the time you hit 30 years, you are not looking at the curve anymore. You are staying at a rocket ship, soaring past $1 million. That's the power of compounding. Small, consistent actions that create unstoppable momentum. This is not just some numbers on a chart. This is your financial freedom, the ability to live life on your own terms, and that's why I call this the Arigato Financial Freedom Calculator. Now let's take this step further and bring it back to Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time. In 2020, Buffett's net worth was $84.5 billion. But here is the jaw-dropping part. $84.2 billion of that came after he turned 50. Now here's something even more shocking. If Buffett has started investing in his 30s and retired at 60 like most people, he'd still be rich, but not crazy rich. His net worth would have capped at only $11.9 million. So you see the real power of time and compounding. And the explosion of his wealth didn't just stop there. Over the past 5 years, Buffett's net worth has skyrocketed to $146.6 billion. That's an average of over $10 billion a year. This isn't luck. This isn't just skill, it's time combined with the power of compounding. So now let's compare. Historically, like I mentioned before, S&P 500 has given investor and return about 10% per year for the past 50 years. How about Buffett? Buffett's annualized return over the last 50 years is an astounding 20%. And here's where the magic of compounding takes off even further. At 10%, your investment grows steadily, but at 20%, the compounding curve becomes vertical. That's why Buffett's fortune isn't just big, it's astronomical. And the secret to his 20% return, apart from buying great businesses at a good price, he also uses options. Did you know that Buffett uses options to generate billions of dollars of cash flow? This isn't the high-risk gambling that most people associate options with. Buffett's strategy is about using options to buy stocks that he already loves at a discount, and on top of that, get paid doing that. Now imagine applying this strategy to your portfolio. How amazing would that be? And that's what I've been doing to compound my money to $1 million portfolio over the past 10 years. And the best part, you don't need a lot of money to get started with investing. You just need the right strategy and a little guidance. That's why I'm inviting you to join my upcoming free 2-hour Options to Freedom Masterclass. And in this masterclass, I'm going to teach you how you can use options safely the Buffett way, and how you can eventually build up to your $1 million portfolio without worrying about market volatility or buying into the wrong stocks. All you need to do is to check out the link around this video or in the description box below. Think about it. If you constantly jump in and out of an investment, trying to time the market, you are actually interrupting the process of compounding. That's like melting a snowpack before it can grow into an ice sheet. So the key to success? Practice S.U.A.W strategy, which is shut up and wait. Yes, just wait. Let your investments simmer and let compounding do the heavy lifting. Because the longer you wait, the more exponential the growth becomes. And that's the part most people miss, because magic only happens in later years. So where do you start? Firstly, use the Arigato Financial Freedom Calculator to see how compounding can change your life. And by the end of your journey, you will look back and realize that patience and time have done something really extraordinary. And if you want to learn how to use options safely, inspired by how Buffett uses it, then make sure to join my upcoming free 2-hour Options to Freedom Masterclass. Start small, start today, and let compounding take care of the rest. And speaking of small actions, here's something you don't want to miss. Tiny habits lead to huge results. And they don't just apply to investing. They can transform every aspect of your life. That's why I encourage you to check out my next video over here, 10 tiny habits that actually make me rich. It's packed with actionable small steps that can help you to build lasting wealth and meaningful changes to your life. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you for spending your time with me. Here's to growing your wealth the Arigato way. See you in the next video. Arigato!